Hey, how's it going, guys? So it's going to be a really quick video on using Clay to scrape Google data to be able to get revenue. In this case, we're going to use ZoomInfo. So one thing that's really cool about Clay is that you can connect it to a tool called serper.dev. I'll link it right here real quick. But what it'll let you do is anything that you're going to type in here. So I'm going to look up ZoomInfo. It will gather the first 10 results, and it will create a list of JSON objects so that you can parse whatever information is in here. So you can see, okay, well, if we're going to look up ZoomInfo, what are we seeing? Or so it'll have like ZoomInfo B2B database. I have this little snippet. It'll have URLs. But the cool thing is, if you're doing more advanced Google searches, so if you're doing something like so employees by management level, if you're going to do something like revenue, it can be really useful to get this information. And the other thing is, you're not limited to just using ZoomInfo. If there's websites that you know Google indexes and has information that you really want, you can get some really good insights, and you can have Clay go through that automatically. And it's really cheap. I think it's what is it, $1 for 1,000 searches with serper.dev. I've got another video that shows how the more detailed technical setup, but I'm just going to walk through this real quick. So what we've got going on here is, if we go to, so I have this Clay column, so serper-zi-revenue. What this is, it's using serper.dev, and it's doing Google searches on ZoomInfo searches, saying, okay, go to whatever Google searches there are involving ZoomInfo. Here we go. So we're going to check site zoominfo.com/c. We're going to look at this company domain, so what we've got here, and we're going to look at the revenue. And then what we're going to do after the fact is we are going to have Claude, we're going to use the haiku model that'll parse the first result in the list, and it will turn that into a number. Because here, I've already run this, so we're going to look. All right, cool. We have 10 results. So we have Clay's revenue is less than 5 million. So we have this. So this is, 6 zeros. That's right. What is this? So OpenAI's revenue, 2 billion. So it should be 9 zeros. What is this? Anthropic's revenue, 78.8 million. Apollo's revenue, 58 million. So, and the other thing that can be really cool about this, I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to click on this. Depending on what kind of business you're running, like you might be after different information. Like you might be curious, like, okay, who's the CEO? What's their total number of employees? Like what is the funding they got? And you can search for all that information. And the other thing is, if ZoomInfo is not the site you're after, maybe it's like, no, I want to go to Crunchbase, I want to go to Apollo, I want to go to Reddit. You can put in that same information and you can structure it all the same. So because it's just a matter of going in, edit column, post, endpoint, and then this is really all that, like this is the entire, like all the logic. And then what you're going to do after that is just create a prompt that parses the first result. So you can see here we're just grabbing the snippet from the first one. So it can be really useful. Now, admittedly, revenue it's hard to estimate, but this is just one cheap way you can get a lot of gold information. And you can even use this. You can even do this using OpenAI's 4o mini, which is even cheaper than Claude. So you can get a lot of really good information for not a lot of money. So let me know if you got something useful out of this video. Appreciate you guys watching. Take care.